Viewer discretion is advised.
1832 will be 99
1832, about 35 miles an hour. Not sure what he's going to do here.
Copy, Pacific Fisher.
He's going to be going into the dead end here.
Copy, dead end.
Trooper Cederberg is alone at the end of a country road with a killer.
I'm going to slow down here. It's about 15 miles an hour. Go ahead and notify a supervisor. I've been shot! I'm down. Oh my God.
With the trooper already wounded and lying on the ground, the suspect fires shot after shot.
When I arrived, I saw a black state trooper police car that I immediately recognized as Nick Cederberg's. It was tough to not know if Nick was okay. We couldn't go check on him until we had created a safe environment for us to work on him.
Someone got the woods?
I got the woods.
Okay, I'm taking off. I'm gonna drag him
I got the woods.
Hey, he's right there!
I remember this face just caught the corner of my eye. I went towards the suspect.
Where's the gun? Where's the gun? Where's the gun?
My first thought was make sure he's done and then go to Nick.
The suspect is confirmed dead. Attention immediately turns to Trooper Cederberg.
Hey, where are you hit at?
He had multiple wounds. He had holes everywhere.
Another officer called me and said, did you hear about the shooting with the state trooper? And I said, no, I did not hear about that. And he kind of paused for a minute, and I think it kicked in that I was married to a trooper.
Officer Haley Sh0t and Trooper Nick Cederberg met and fell in love while training at the police academy. They've been married for 2 years.
I called Nick's phone, and it went to voicemail, and I called again, and it just kept ringing and ringing and ringing, and it kept going to voicemail, and I left this just gut-wrenching voicemail, just begging him to pick up. I just kept saying, please be alive, please be alive, please be alive. Call me back, please be alive. And I was missing all sorts of phone calls. And like the more people that called, the more I knew that it was Nick, it had been Nick. My sergeant called and he said Nick was shot multiple times. We get to the hospital and we beat the ambulance there. When they opened the ambulance doors and they pulled him out on the gurney, he was covered in bullet holes. So many I couldn't even count them. I couldn't go into surgery, and that was really hard because I didn't know if that was the last chance that I would get to see him alive. Or if I had just missed my opportunity to say goodbye.
When I first woke up at the hospital, I remember Haley was to my right, and I had 2 full-arm casts on. And I remember one of the first things I did was give Haley a high five. And that wasn't in celebration, but it was more of I'm alive, and I made it home. You know, and I remember I told her I loved her, and that was the first moment, kind of waking up and realizing that we made it, and that I was gonna live. One of the biggest things that nobody talks about is PTSD. I had suffered from nightmares probably for 6 months because of this incident, and I was getting executed in every single one. And that was a big hurdle to get through beyond the physical injuries I had. During the reload, this guy ran towards me and continued to shoot right down over the top of me. I remember feeling those rounds going through my left side of my body, through my arms, and I laid there with my gun in my hand, and I always think that was the closest moment I've ever come to dying. He reached down and grabbed the gun out of my hand with a fully loaded magazine. I laid there with my eyes closed, in the dark, in the quiet, and heard one gunshot.
After he had been shot 12 times, and he took the gun out of my husband's hand to take a final execution shot, was the most sickening moment I have ever had in my life. Because Nick is no longer a threat to this guy, and he's just doing this to finish the job. That to me was personal. That was an intentional act where he took the gun out of my hand and said, "This is it," and tried to shoot. That's something I can never forgive.